Resident Evil 7 debuted with a brand new cast of characters, quietly ditching the old rogues gallery of Leon, Chris, Ada, Claire, Jill, Sherry, and Wesker. Rather than keeping up with the pattern of bringing back a familiar face to be the playable protagonist that the series had gotten used to, Capcom opted to give the players a brand new face, Ethan Winters. I guess face isn't really the right word. It's really no secret that Ethan has not been the most consistently loved character throughout the franchise. Whether he's overshadowed by the likes of another blonde boy, or just simply hated for the sake of it, people didn't love Ethan. I'll be honest, when I first played through RE7, I didn't get it. Ethan seemed like a fun direction to take the franchise, a simple everyman whose lack of experience made the game scarier. I even had an entire video written about how much I loved RE7, with a whole section dedicated to Ethan. Unfortunately, I no longer feel this way. Before I go on, I need to preface what I'm about to say with a major spoiler tag. If you have not yet played Resident Evil 7 or 8, I strongly suggest you to wait to finish the video. I got the ending ruined for me, and I wish I hadn't. Okay, moving on. At the end of Resident Evil 8 Village, it is revealed that Ethan, this entire time, has been infected and essentially invincible. Suddenly, everything the audience knows about Ethan is upended. He's not human. He's not an everyman. He's not normal. From my perspective, that was the reason I liked him. He was never the most interesting character, but he was normal. That made it scary. On the surface level, a reveal that makes the audience recontextualize the character from the very start should be an incredibly strong writing choice. It would shock the viewers and serve as a strong twist provided it is set up correctly. In all fairness, Resident Evil did set up the twist well. Replaying the games, it almost becomes too obvious. It doesn't matter though. In making Ethan a superhero, Capcom took away the one thing that made him interesting. Ethan Winters was special because he was relatable. Players were able to easily slip into his shoes, not only because of the first-person perspective, but because of the simple, down-to-earth writing. The reveal ruins that relatability, as superpowers is not something that many people can easily relate to. In a movie or TV show, this writing choice would be fine. For a one-time watch, the benefits of the relatability can still remain, and the benefits of the twist can also stay. The issue with this choice in the game is that Resident Evil is rarely ever played through just once. The games are made for replayability, and stripping Ethan of his character will ruin every single one of those playthroughs. I'm not saying that the reveal absolutely couldn't have worked, but the writing for Ethan needs to be better to warrant it. Ethan is pretty plain, but I excused it because every player could insert themselves into him. Every gap in his writing felt intentional in order to leave room for interpretation. Unfortunately, the reveal of him not being human ruins all of that. No longer can a player fill the spaces on their own, and suddenly the gaps in the writing feel like a mistake rather than an intentional choice. Ethan Winters has no flaws. That is objectively bad character writing. Making him a superhero is fine, as long as character flaws are able to make him relatable. A perfect being with superpowers is not interesting, it's boring. There's no room for interpretation when someone is written as a glittering generality. Ethan is perfect. He puts everything he has on the line to save his family. He fights for the people he loves. Sure, that's great, but it isn't balanced with any flaws to make him relatable or even believable. Let's compare Ethan to a much more popular character, Leon Kennedy. After one glance, Leon looks pretty perfect too. He's selfless, powerful, and strong. Leon is in fact flawed, however. Look no further than Ada Wong. In Leon's debut, he is manipulated by Ada, who turns out to be a mercenary working undercover. Leon, a cop and future government agent, doesn't report her. When questioned by the authorities, he stays quiet because he loves Ada, no matter how badly she betrayed him. That's a clear flaw that sets Leon apart as a down-to-earth character. Ethan, on the other hand, can do no wrong. He does the right thing always, saving his wife and daughter no matter how dangerous it is for him. He's selfless, strong, and brave. Those attributes are plenty positive, but it leaves no room for flaw. It turns Ethan into a flat and uninteresting character. Ethan Winters was never the coolest Resident Evil protagonist. He wasn't as stylish as Leon, as iconic as Jill, or as experienced as Chris. But that was exactly why he worked. In a franchise filled with action heroes, Ethan felt human. Resident Evil 7 was terrifying because you weren't playing as a trained government agent mowing down monsters with roundhouse kicks. You were playing as a guy completely out of his depth, desperately trying to survive. And then Village changed that. By turning Ethan into a superhuman mold monster, Capcom didn't just add a twist, they retroactively changed the foundation of his entire character. The fear becomes weaker, the relatability disappears, and the blank spaces in Ethan's personality stop feeling intentional. Ethan Winters worked because he was ordinary. The second he stopped being ordinary, there wasn't much left.